What are you all doing? Hello, buddies. Yeah, look how good they look. But she is big, look at the size of her. Big old girl. It's just there solely to be able to put trimmings into and things like that. And not pearl weed. Here they come. Welcome back to the vlog, guys. So I was just about to do the intro for this video, which is going to be adding the 𝗲𝗏𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, as you've read from the title, into the discus tank, which is doing fantastic. And I looked over and I saw that they were spawning again, the same pair that was spawning before. There's a problem though. So they've decided now that the filter intake is a good place to start laying eggs. Now the male is obviously just eating them straight off. They're not even letting it. He's not even letting them stay there like he was before. But you know, that's to be expected. We've seen it already. There she goes. Look, she's going for it. She's going to shoot it with her egg shooters out. Shoot. Look, they're just going to get sucked in. Come on, don't wait. Oh, yeah, they're all going straight into the filter there. Look, come on. Like, why? What is so attractive about this steel pipe? I don't understand. You've got all this area, all these different things to lay your eggs on, and you've decided that the steel pipe is the perfect place, right next to the power head that I fitted as well. I think I told you guys about that in another video. Yeah, really helping with the flow. I have it pointed directly upwards, so it's not blasting the fish, obviously, and they're fine with it. As you can see, look, they're right next to it. So yeah, it works a treat. I mean, it has meant that a lot of the sand around the edges has been sort of blown about, but to be honest, I'm fine with that if it stays looking as good as it is at the moment. You know, there's no algae or anything anywhere at the moment. There is still some dead cyanobacteria on some of the stems in the background, which I'm going to clean off soon. I might do a nice big water change shortly before we add the 𝗲𝗏𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, so that then they're not disturbed after you put them in. So if you've got big fish like mine in this aquarium and they require a lot of feeding, it's always a good idea to do it now before a water change, and then you can take away any waste you need to whilst you're doing the water change. Click subscribe. Right, what are you all doing? Right, it's looking super fresh, isn't it? Nice fresh start for the new Corys to go in. Speaking of which, let's go take a look at them. Right, we're in studio number 2, and here are the Corys. Many of you, if you've seen them before, but you know, if you haven't, here they are. Hello, buddies. Yeah, look how good they look. I mean, this isn't really a bright light or anything, so it's not really showing their colours as good as they look to me anyway. But the orange is really orange now. The barbels on the front of their mouths were worn away in the shop from coarse gravel, but they're starting to grow back nicely on all of them. No issues. There's more than 2, by the way. I've got 6 in here. Look, there's one just down there as well. Some at the back. So yeah, this was just their temporary setup that I did just to make sure there was no problems, because obviously you don't want to be putting anything in with the discus that could potentially, you know, give them diseases, that kind of thing. They're expensive fish, remember, so we just got to take extra precautions. And that's the same reason why next to this tank I've got the gouramis as well. We've got honey gouramis and red gouramis. Where are they? There's one of them. Hello, buddy. Yeah, so we're just keeping them in for a few weeks before we put them in the Asian fish aquarium. Just wanted to make sure everything was all right with them, and so far everything seems to be okay. I mean, I'm not sure on the coloration on some of the reds, but that just might be how they go. I don't really know, but in terms of like any visual problems, there's nothing wrong with them at all. The honeys look great. Look at those. Yeah, there we go, see, looking great. Lovely little fish, the honey gouramis, and the perfect thing about them is that they stay nice and small as well, so you can put them in smaller setups. I could probably have 3 honey gouramis in one of these cubes, for instance, if you kept the scape minimal, and that would be quite a nice little tank, I think, and it might be something I'll do in the future, because look, they're just tiny. They don't get much bigger than that, so beautiful little showfish, I think. Anyway, let's get these Corys into their new tank. So that's all the Corys in. There's 6 in there and a little bit of aquasol as well. Now the temperature of this tank is completely different to the temperature of the Discus Aquarium. So this room's heated to like 22 degrees, and that's the temperature of that water. But the Discus temperatures is 28 degrees C. I'll put up what those different ones are on the screen, but you know, that's a big difference in temperature, so we can't just put them straight in. I just need to hang them in the water in this tub. I'll show you. So yeah, there we go. They can just sort of sit like that for a good half hour or so, just to bring that temperature up to the same, so we don't shock them at all when we put them in. Now look, the discus are already getting a little bit interested, but we all know they just want feeding again. Oh, and you probably didn't see when I did the quick time lapse there of me doing all the refilling and everything. I trimmed off all the stem plants at the back. I just didn't want to have any traces of that cyanobacteria in the tank, even though they look like dead, like gunk. I still don't want it in there. It could come back, so I just hack everything off, start again, and that all grows back in no time anyway. But to be honest, I do kind of like the look with it just peaking. I don't like really long stems sticking out of these islands, because I don't know, it looks a bit scraggly. I quite like how it looks natural, like as natural as it can, I guess, with the glass showing at the bottom and a great big steel pipe thing sticking in it. But yeah, the female, look right there, still got the darkness to her, so she's still in sort of like spawning mode, but the male has lightened up now. That's the breeding male. I can tell because his lower back fins have bigger red dashes than the other male that's there, that big one with the big head. He's got little short slashes of red. This one's got long ones. So that's how I tell the difference between the male, and obviously the female doesn't have that big come on, come out, come on, come on, come on, so I can see you. Down here please. Down this way, down this way. So yeah, like the males seem to have this big long spiky bit on their dorsal fin. And is it still called a dorsal fin on these fish, or is that just like dolphins? No, it must be, anyway. Yeah, so the female doesn't have that. Where is she? There she is. See, you can tell it's her because she's dark. But yeah, she doesn't have that, and she's a little gentle giant, but she is big. Look at the size of her, big old girl. But look, just look how good the moss is looking. It's all looking real sort of crisp. It did go for us. There's a little bit of sort of string algae on there, but that's fine because the Siamese algae eaters will pick that. There he is in the middle. Where you going? They'll pick that off. A while back, actually, I had quite a lot of it, and it was just sort of overtaking us, constantly in there, like pulling it all off. But it's managed to balance itself, and there's only a little bit there now, which is fine because you know the fish we've got in there can take care of that. And remember, we've already got. What did I get in the end? Was it like 5 albinos and 5 bronze Corys? I can't remember, something like that. Anyway, they're all still doing good, strolling around the tank, but it's going to be nice to have 𝗲𝘂𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 in because they've got that, you know, they're a little bit more special, I would say, than your standard ones. Although your standard ones are good as well, they do a great job. There's one now coming this way. But you know, it's quite hard to see the albino or albino ones with the white sand, but the 𝗲𝘂𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 are going to really stand out and hopefully just get like loads of that orange. I might, like I say, I've got 6 there, but I might get more. If I go back to the shop I got them from and there's still got some there, I'll buy another 6, I reckon. I'll quarantine them again because you don't really know what's happened in the meantime. But right, let's give them 30 minutes and come back and put them in. Right, guess what? We got even more new tanks. So I bought 3 more 60cm tanks, so 2-foot tanks. Now they're not Opti-White or anything like that. They're very cheap, and I just saw them and just bought. Oh, I'll buy 3. And the idea being that I can put them underneath tanks that I've already got set up and just use them as like little plant storage areas. I'm going to put filtration on them, I'm going to put lighting on them, and probably just use them as little nurseries, and that means that I'll have really good plants to use ready to go in new setups. I've wanted to do it for a while, but the problem is I always started doing it Opti-White tanks. Now at some point I'm like, I want to use that tank to actually do a build, but now because I bought the lower quality ones I won't do that, and they'll actually stay as nursery tanks as they were intended for. Yeah, here they are. Look, there's one unpackaged, there's one still in the box, and there's one, you know, how I want to use it. So underneath the tank there, it just sits nicely in that gap. So that's like a 3-foot, well, almost 3-foot tank. Then there's the 2-foot one in the gap underneath. So it works perfectly. But look, you can see it's got like black silicone, which is more of a sort of reef look, I think. And it's not Opti-White glass, and it's incredibly thin glass. But you know, it's going to do the job that I want it for, which is holding and growing plants. I'm going to attach one of my LED floodlights to the top section there, so we get full coverage. And that should work really well. Actually, we can do better than that, I think. Because the top's got the black background, I think I should put a black background on that one as well, and it would just sort of carry the theme on. I'm going to really look after it as well and make it look really cool. So yeah, just quickly just stick a black background on. Easy to do. Bit of water, bit of spray, bit of bubbles, and squeegee it on. Right, there we go. Pretty cool setup, right? I mean, not for display purposes. Nothing really should be on the floor if it's for display for me. You're never going to spend time looking at it. It's just there solely to be able to put trimmings into and things like that, and not pearlweed. So that light is the same as these lights, 30 watt LED floodlight. I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested. Nice and cheap, grows plants amazing, and that's just another cheap hang on a back filter. It's got like 4 layers or something. Again, I'll try and put an American link, but I'll get the UK one for sure. So all I've got to do now is just chuck some soil in the bottom, to be honest, and fill up with water. And then whenever I get some good plants that need trimming, so like for instance, at some point this 𝗲𝗂𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀 is going to go nuts, isn't it? It's just going to cover that whole area. I'll need to take nice trimmings of it to plant down in there, and we can reuse them again in other scapes. Eventually, I'm going to be able to have trimmings for everything because I've got that tank there right now. And then obviously I've got this one as well. I'm going to be putting another light on the top of this, the same light and the same hang on a back filter and all of that as well. And then I've got a third one as well. I've not even unpacked it yet. I'm thinking I'll probably put it under there with just a little strip light over the top, like a lower watt one, just ticking along. Because at the moment I'm finding I'm just chucking stuff down in this area, which I don't think is really good use of the space. And it looks a little bit messy, doesn't it? Even though it's an organised mess, it's still messy. Oh yeah, there we go. I tell you what, that's a great little filter, that is. Got loads of good flow coming out of it. You know, the water's all moving. That'll clear in no time at all as well. Perfect. Just what we need. So it's now been over half an hour. What do we say we get these awesome Corys into this tank? Right, so obviously all the water is my own, so I'm not worried about mixing it at all. So I'm literally just gonna lift them and just pour them straight in. Go on guys, go, go, go. Whoa, they've gone out quick there, except for that one. Okay, straight away they seem to be sort of going around in pairs, which is quite good. I originally thought they were going to be smaller than the ones that we've got here, like these bronze ones, but they're about the same size, which is good. So there they are, there's the 2 back there. And I'm not entirely sure where the rest went. I mean, they will all be here, obviously. Ah, there we go, I can see them, I can see them. There they are, they're all tucked in that middle section at the moment. Here they come, look. Haha, they're all in this middle area here. Cool. Right, they're all hanging around together, which is great to see. I mean, they are a schooling fish, so you would expect that. Now, here they come. Hello. Yes, brilliant. Oh, that's so cool to see, isn't it? Well, I was a little bit worried that the discus might try and attack them because they did to the other lot of Corys when I put them in, the bronze and the albino, but they didn't go for them at all. So I guess they've learned that fish are friends, not food. Oh, here they are. A couple more over this side. They'll eventually find their group, I expect, who are like just exploring, which is so awesome. Oh, it's so cool to see. You know when you create an environment for something and you see them exploring it, which means you can sort of assume that they're enjoying it as well. You know, it's a form of enrichment, isn't it, really? So rather than just having something plain, look, they've got a nice little area down the middle that's shaded. They obviously feel quite safe in there as well, which is good. Darting backwards and forwards. These guys haven't got a clue what's going on. Guys, come on. There's a whole tank here to explore. It's a lot better than this section, trust me. Look, this bronze one's trying to lead him to safety. There we go. Follow me. So it's now been 24 hours. I've just come into the studio and the 𝗲𝗂𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀 are doing great, but there is a problem. I want more of them now. The issue is if I go get more, I've got to put them back in quarantine tank again and just monitor them for ages again because you don't want to take any risks putting fish straight into this Discus aquarium. Oh, there they are. Not with how, you know, expensive these fish are. Each one of these is worth a lot of money, believe it or not. But it's interesting. I thought that the different species would stay separate, and now they do sometimes. But the majority of the time they all just swim together in just like one big group or 2 smaller pockets of groups, and they really do interact and twirl around each other as they're swimming. So yeah, everyone is absolutely correct. You do see the best behaviour out of Corys in bigger groups. And that is the end of this vlog, guys. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you on the next one.